What are your names again?
Stella.
Isabel. Thea. What street names do you know for pot?
Dope. Scooby Snacks. Hemp.
Daga.
Homegrown. Mary Jane.
Doobie.
Skunk Grass. I think that's it.
Marijuana is called many things, but it's all the same. It's made from cannabis, which contains over 450 chemical compounds called cannabinoids. Let's take a look at a few of them. THC causes a high, it reduces pain, it stimulates the appetite, it can help with Alzheimer's and Huntington's and multiple sclerosis. CBD can be used to cure ADD, cancer, anxiety, Parkinson's, and schizophrenia. THC causes a high, while CBD does not cause a high.
Remember not to say anyone's name. You can say no to any of these questions.
How much money do you normally make in like one day from selling it?
$200 all to save after spending things.
And like sometimes your vision is a little weird, like things zoom in and out, and that's kind of cool.
Oh, your ideas flow easier. You come up with things you kind of would never come up with otherwise.
For people who feel more socially awkward, it tends to either like loosen them up. It also, gives you pretty good feelings.
Have such a different vision when you're high. You think about things that you wouldn't have thought about.
It's like a fun thing to do because you're so out of it and you're like, woo, woo.
It makes you feel good. It makes you like really, really ridiculously happy. You laugh a lot.
Oh yeah, I got ADHD and marijuana helps me with that a lot better than any medicine that the government's trying to put me on.
It's just like a different way to observe, I guess, our universe. And what a lot of people use marijuana for is just as like a relax, and a lot of people have really stressful lives, especially in like public school. Generally a lot of bullying and shit to deal with. So being able to smoke some weed afterwards is nice. You can like relax, hang out with your friends.
You don't have as much of a filter, so you don't get as self-conscious, which a lot of people with anxiety issues, like, it helps a lot.
You have more fun when you're high. Anything you're doing, you're gonna enjoy it more if you're high.
I have made more friends because of it.
I view it similarly to like putting on my glasses and being able to see just like a little bit more clearly.
It's a very enjoyable feeling, and for people who suffer from like anxiety or depression like myself, it kind of just like it helps a lot,
However, marijuana is not all good.
Widespread in Ithaca High School especially, so it really, unfortunately, is something that makes people fit in a little bit more.
Sometimes people are depending on it for their reputation.
I used to smoke a lot, and I stopped, and so now my group of friends who continues to do it, there's a little bit of a disconnect there. I don't really hang out with them as much anymore, which is a bummer because I don't really want to be around people who are using that when I'm not. It's kind of annoying. They get a little out of it.
That first time I tried it, I was like, okay, I do not want to be stoned anymore. I just want to be done. I remember thinking, okay, it'll just be a couple more hours till dawn. I was up all night stressing out about this. And I looked at the clock and like, okay, it's 4 a.m. now. It'll be just a few more hours. And it'll all be over. And then I looked at the clock and it went tick. And it went from 4 to 3:59. I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
The clock's going backwards. Oh my god. And I started freaking out.
I have a friend who does it almost every day, sometimes twice a day. And now when I talk to him, his words come out slower almost every few sentences. It's like, I got high today, or I'm gonna get high, or I haven't gotten high yet today. It's so boring. I don't know, my friends just sometimes seem kind of dim. I do have a friend who's suspended right now from 10 to 50 days.
Every time you do it, you feel like, when am I going to do it next? Like, how am I going to get it again? That was fun, but I want something even funner. I want to do something better. Then you start doing things you really should not be doing.
I need to do it soon. I feel like I'm going crazy.
The day after I smoke, sometimes I feel really sad.
And then some people just smoke every day, so if they're not high, they are less inclined to do anything.
I see people who kind of live the drug lifestyle, and they just seem to be in a general decline, and like they don't take responsibilities seriously. Yes, I've had several friends who have gotten in trouble with both the police or the school system for possessing or using marijuana.
got in trouble and got suspended for 13 days.
I think marijuana can be damaging to some people. I once had a relationship that fell apart because my partner thought I was smoking too often.
When I first started smoking, I would get paranoid. I personally have gotten in trouble for it. My parents figured it out. So that was an ordeal.
I think really where marijuana is like the most difficult for me in my life is having to deal with my parents, because they view it really negatively and think that its use is really bad for me, so I usually have to lie to them about whenever I'm using. And that makes me feel really bad personally, because I don't like lying to my parents. I want to be open and honest with them, but I know that if I share that side of myself with them, that they'll just punish me more extravagantly.
Actually, I was waiting for someone to drive up so I could buy from them, and he never showed up. And it's because the police caught him with I think 3 ounces on him, and he went to jail.
I have a couple friends who, if they don't have weed, they won't do anything. They'll lay in bed, they won't go to school, they're not inclined to do anything. But if someone's like, I have weed, they'll come and run it.
I mean, hiding it from my mom is not easy, but it's not worth stopping.
My parents, they're not happy that I smoke weed, but they accept it because they know they're not going to stop me from smoking.
If I don't smoke for a couple of days, I get a little bit anxious. Definitely very available. Many of my friends have bought it at school.
Weed is very available.
Pot is very available. I can offhand name about 4 dealers that go to my school alone, plus all the ones that I know through friends. I could have a good 10 connect. I could buy weed within the next 5 minutes if I wanted to.
It's very available. It's basically everywhere.
Sometimes people do it at school, which I think is dumb, because then you have to sit and try to look normal in front of your teachers. At the gorge is a good spot. Generally, in the woods or outside.
Parks, I smoke weed, parking garages, basically anywhere.
The typical environment that I smoke pot in is outdoors.
I mostly smoke outside.
So many different places in which we do, most of which are in the downtown area.
Basically anywhere, everywhere.
You can take it from a bowl, you can take it from a hookah, dabs, edibles. Big, large clothing and shaggy hair. I don't like the skater guy, that High School Musical.
In my day, stoners tended to follow the Grateful Dead.
I do picture an irresponsible person.
They wear fashionable clothing to an extent. They go to grassroots. They also are they're hippies, they're environmentally friendly and they're vegan.
The gross, not showered person who doesn't have a job, who just smokes weed all day.
I know my father, who's a pretty hardworking salesperson, smokes a lot of weed.
I know professional people, businessmen that smoke. I know babysitters that smoke.
They brag about it, they use it a lot, and everybody knows that they do it.
I really kind of have learned over the couple years of my interacting with marijuana. I kind of have noticed a lot of people you would never guess.
I'm kind of open to anything that might make me feel better. I was really depressed, so I just started smoking weed.
With my brother. I did it more so because, I don't know, it was kind of there.
Did it seem like a big deal at the time?
Nah, I was at my friend's house. They were like, we have some weed. And I was like, let's smoke. And they were like, all right.
I was 13.
Be honest.
I mean, yeah, I am. I was 13.
I was 8 years old and my brother got me high.
I started with some friends who were older than me because they did it a lot and they were really into it.
A lot of my family smokes it.
Well, when I was going into 4th grade, I tripped over my brother's bong, and I always looked up to him.
A couple times trying to buy pot myself was a total disaster, because I think it was at a bus station, and some people came up and said, "Yo, do you want to buy some pot?" I'm like, "Okay, here's $10." And then they're like, "Okay, I'll go get the pot. I'll be right back. Wait here." And of course, waiting.
You feel me?